Hi everyone, it's me, it's Laura, and it's that time to do another little flower tutorial on the diamond dye flower sets to hopefully give everyone a little inspiration so they can go on over to the Diamond Dye's Facebook page and join the event that is going on right now from October 1st to the 31st, which is it's more of a little challenge in our events. It's the Blooms for Fall. And basically, what Diamond Dyes would like you guys to do is the flower sets dyes that you have purchased. If you have not purchased them yet, we have an awesome hop, and Diamond Dyes is going to have another quick sale for the weekend for all of you who have certain dyes on your wish list. Well, we are going to be doing a Halloween card swap this Friday coming up, and I believe this Friday is the 17th. Yes, Friday the 17th, we are going to have another Halloween card hop, and we're also going to have a sale, like I mentioned. So if you guys have not purchased any of the flower sets yet and you would like to join this challenge that is going on all the way till October 31st, you still have plenty of time to make those purchases, get those dyes, create something, and take part of this event, which is going to be so much fun. Myself, along with the other design team members, will be the judges for the first three prizes. Then we will have a random.org winner. There will be four prizes given out from Diamond Dyes, and you can create whatever you would like. So I think that's so much fun, super cool. Now, ordinarily, well, not ordinarily, with my first two videos, I went over the realistic rose set and the fancy flower set. And I also shared with you a project that I used for, to showcase the flower sets that I did the tutorial on. I did do it more fall colors, being that the event and the time of year right now is fall. However, I am really backed up, guys, and I really wanted to do this tutorial for you, and I'm currently working on something where I did want to use my two flower sets here, which is again it is the Sugar Plum flower set and the Aster flower set. Now, I was working on cutting these out last night downstairs, and I believe I left my little baby one on top of my die cutting machine downstairs. So I couldn't go downstairs and get it right now. So, but this is what the minus these two. Those are the mini realistic rose set. This is what the set will look like. The Aster set has 6 dies. The Sugar Plums have 7. It has an even smaller die. Like I said, I have that downstairs. And that's what I'm going to be working on today. And as you can see, like I said before, I just go and I cut tons. This is the Aster flower one. I cut tons and tons of little pieces out. And then while I'm sitting down relaxing, or maybe even watching some videos of some friends, I will sit down and or I will pull them as I need them, and I will just sit down and start making flowers. I have to say that the other girls, the other members of the design team, I can't say girls anymore because we have Andrew aboard right now, but the other members of the design team are also doing video tutorials on, their flowers and how they make their flowers. So please go on over and check the other ladies' videos out. I know for sure, Janice has made some tutorials as well. You know what? I'm just going to leave her link in my description box because I torture this poor woman's YouTube name every time. Janice, girl, you know I love you. I don't know why. I think you're going to have to give me little private lesson just on saying your name. Anyways, this is first I'm going to work on the aster flowers, and they're pretty easy. Now this is the 6 layers of die cut, and this is what they look like if you just leave them plain. And I did do it in white just so that it would show up better against this background, because I am going to spray these with some mist and color them up. But this is what it looks like, and this is the aster flower die. Now guys, do you see how big that is? That's pretty big. And this is all the 6 layers, just one cut of each, glued one on top of the other, and this is what that looks like. Now I have not put a little centerpiece there yet. I'm not too sure yet what I'm going to put in the center. It may be a button, a pearl, a bow, some twine, anything. So I just left that as is like that. Now this one I created using 4 cuts, and this is the one I'm going to make for you today. And the other, I did 4 cuts the same shape, and then I just manipulated the petals so they would curve under, and I'll show you how I did that. And then I just added a little pearl centerpiece there, and that's a little bit smaller than this flower, but not by much. And then I created this one. This is my favorite way to make this flower. As you can see, it does have some dimension, and basically all this flower is this flower upside down. Also, for added interest and just to make the flower look more poofy, I added another separate layer, which would be the next smaller size. So these are 2 different layers, and I really like to make the flowers as with as many layers as possible. I think it makes the flower look so much prettier. So let me get started. Oh, let me go over the sugar plums. Now those were the aster flower. That's the flowers that I made with the aster flower set. Now this is the sugar plum set, and this is what the sugar plum set looks like. And the sugar plum set I did in pink, the aster I did in white, and this is one of my flowers that I did. And again, Janice has an awesome tutorial on how you can make the sugar plum flowers with some water scrunched up, which is my favorite way to make those type of flowers. I'm going to be honest, guys, my hands are a little bit, they're not cooperating this morning, so I chose not to do that style. But again, if you want to do that style, please go on over to Janice's tutorial, and I'll have the link in my description box, only because, you know, I am doing the sugar plum flowers, and I really think her tutorial on those sugar plums was awesome, because that's the way I love to create these flowers. And this is my other second favorite way, where I just manipulate the petals. I bring them up, and then in the center here, which was not easy to do, I probably won't be doing this on camera, but it's very simple. You can certainly do that on your own. I just poked a hole with my little pokey stick, and in the center I added some of these stamens. Now I have a big bag that I have purchased on eBay in all different colors, and I just put a few of those in the center, and I think it really adds a nice touch to the flowers. Now with the sugar plums, which is the one I'll be making for you today as well, I also, guys, I don't know how many of you are joining me for the first time. And if you're not, you're probably thinking, Laura, you sound like a broken record. But I do apologize. It's just that when I really fall in love with something and I think it's like an awesome thing, I just want to share it as many times as possible, because I do have new subscribers every day. And sometimes some of even my older friends and subscribers may have missed out on the first 2 videos. But what I was going to say, and I always do this so I get off topic, what I was going to say was, one of the things that I love the most about having my flower sets from Diamond Dyes is, first of all, the actual flowers come attached. I love that. I do not like the dies that have petal pieces and then you have to attach them. That drives me bananas. There's too many flowers, too many pieces, too much assembly. Whereas with these flower dies, yeah, I have to assemble them if I want to. And if I don't want to, if I just want to take this little aster flower and color it and just put it on a project just like that and maybe layer it with other things, it'll work. And if I want to build it up, it'll work. And that's what I love, the choices. The other thing I love so much is I love the fact that I can create 1, 2, and off the top of my head, the one that Janice does. And I just saw a video with Leonie, who also did a different version. And I believe she also used the sugar plums. So that's 4 flowers right there. And I haven't really sat down and tried to create even different versions. I love that. I love the fact that I can have one die and create 3 different flowers. And they look totally different. Each one, I mean, this doesn't look anything like this. These are 2 totally different flowers. Yet I use the same die. And that's what I love. I love that more than anything. So that you do have choices. You have variations of flowers. You are the creator. You are the master. You can build them up or not build them as much as you would like. Now, I want to get started real quick on this because I also have a little project that I did finish that I want to share with you using these 2 flower sets. Like I said, I did promise you guys a flower series, so I am going to keep my word. But my hands are not the best today, so we're gonna try to work with this. So I'm gonna start with the easy one, which is this one right here. And now to create this flowers, this particular flower, all I did was take 2 of the same size. I cut out 2 little flowers with that one, and then I went 1 size smaller. Not only did I go a size smaller, but I went a little bit darker with this one as far as the color of the pink cardstock. And I'm going to bring my camera in a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to get my stylus. Now for these particular flowers, because the petals are so tiny and I want a more of a grungier look, I used my stylus that has the smaller ball on top. Then what I did was, remember I told you guys there's 2 sides of the cut. One has like a really rough edge and the other side has a more softer, the paper kind of curved underneath when it cut. I always manipulate my flowers on the rough side. So I just flip them all over and I'm just going to poke each one of the petals and roll as I go. I poke, poke, and then I roll. And then I poke and I roll. And I just do this to all the petals that I'm going to use. Now for this particular one, I'm only going to use 3. You also want to grab some of your liquid adhesive. I do not use my hot glue gun. I do use my liquid adhesive for this because sometimes I find that when I'm placing the petals, I want to move them over a little bit or I want to manipulate them a little bit more. And with the hot glue, that cannot happen because it just dries a little too fast. So I do recommend liquid adhesive. For me, works the best. Then once I did that, I flipped them over on my foam mat and I just push down to the center of these petals and I'll just go around until they all 3 curl up just like that. And that is that size. Now for the oh my, I think I grabbed the wrong petal. Did I grab the wrong petal? Yes, I did. Okay, well, oh no, it's 3. Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw these here and I said, "Oh, what did I do? Was I supposed to do it with this one?" Nope, got the right one. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Also, if you want to distress the petals to give them a little added interest, I distress mine after, but you can do it before or after. It doesn't matter. Now you see when I glue the petals, guys, I try to offset it just a little bit so that there are no spaces going around. And I don't want to, I want to press in the center, but I don't want to handle my flowers too much because I don't want them to flatten down. And then I'll add a little bit more glue to the center. And again, I'm just going to place that little flower there. And then what I like to do is I like to take my stylus and push down and kind of just shape that flower there. Now, I'm going to leave that there to dry a little bit and set before I go sticking a centerpiece in that one. And that's going to come out looking just like this one. Now, for this flower, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different layers. And that is because, hold on guys, I think I'm going to have to change my petals around a little bit. Yeah, because it makes no sense to have these here and here. Yeah, I'm going to change the color on this just a little bit. We're going to go with the lighter. Yep, we're going to go with the lighter. You're going to need 3 of one size. And then I'm going to need 2 of the size after that. So I think I'm going to pick that one and that one. And I am going to use different color cardstock. And then for the tiniest one, I'm going to pick that one. And you only need 1 of the tiniest. The little teeny tiny centerpiece one. You only need 1 of that one. I'm trying to see if this pink is a little bit darker. I'm sorry guys, I thought I had this set up. Thought I was prepared. Okay, so now what you want to do to create that one is, I'm going to have 2 steps here. The larger ones first. I'm going to do the same thing, flip them over to that side. And I'm just going to start working in on my petal. And what I want to do is I want to push down on it and I just want to crunch it up. And first what I do is I roll it around on that petal and then I push down, push down, push down. And what this does is this breaks up the fibers in the paper. And if you do spritz it, I wouldn't work on it too hard because you will rip your paper. I don't spritz these type. I don't find that I need to spritz it. Plus, I like that rough, bumpy edge look to it. And I don't know if you guys can see that. You see how rough and bumpy that looks? Let me do that again because I was talking. I'm not too sure if I covered everything. So first I roll it around and then I push, push, push. And I make sure I push really hard on the edge of the petals. I go around, push, 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 push. And how do you know that you're pushing hard enough? You'll see those petals starting to turn up in the corners. See that? Yep, that's what you want. And I'm just going to work on these real fast here. Oh yeah, guys, something I wanted to, and I'm going to just do this real quick on all these petals, so I'm going to talk about something else real quick. The Crafty Academy Awards, Betty, who is Scrap Pashing 01, you know, God bless that young woman. Oh, Betty, I just saw your video. Your daughter was so cute in the background. Betty had received some happy mail, and her daughter was more excited than she was. She's just the cutest little thing. Anyway, Betty's doing the Crafty Academy Awards, guys. And I'm telling you, if you've never done an event on YouTube or anywhere else, and it involves the scrapbooking community, there's so much work that goes into planning these things and these especially with the amount of people. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you, Betty, for hosting yet another year of the Crafty Academy Awards. I was nominated again this year, and to be quite honest, totally surprised, totally unexpected. Don't know where that nomination came from, but I want to thank all of yous out there that did nominate me because I was so surprised and stoked. Last year, I was nominated for Best Layouts and I did win. And this year, I was nominated for cards. You know what I feel like? That, okay, so once I finished manipulating the flowers, I turned them over and I just went like this in the center, just like I did with the other ones. Now, what's different this time is you're going to push in the center of each petal one time. One time, just right in the center of each petal, you're going to push in, you're going to push in, and then what you're going to get is sort of like a little dent. Can you guys see that? And that's what I want to do on all the flowers. I don't know if you guys seen that. I think is it the AT&T or the Sprint commercial where the two guys are in the van and they're driving and they're talking about the internet services, and the little nerdy guy with the glasses, he goes, I got 100 likes. Oh, 100 likes. Well, if you've ever seen the commercial and you've seen that gentleman's facial expressions when he realized that he had 100 likes, that's what I felt like when I saw that. I was like, no way. For cards? I mean, really? You guys thought my cards were that cool? So I've seen the other girls, and I got to tell you, that is some very, very stiff competition. I am just extremely honored even to be in the same category with those ladies, honest to goodness. And I don't expect to win, of course. I really don't. But I do thank you all for nominating me and for voting. And I just want to say, guys, Betty has put so much work and her heart into this. So if you can go on over and check out Scrap Passion's channel, and if you can go over and vote for whoever your little heart desires, you most certainly don't have to vote for me. But I just want to show Betty some love and support because I sure know how much that takes out of a person. And her joy and her love of this community, it's what brings her to doing these things. But nonetheless, it is still a lot of work. It is still a lot of time to give to something. And just her getting the amount of sponsors. Oh, my goodness. And by the way, Betty, I love my price from last year. I know I've thanked you, but I want to thank you guys. Thank you again and everyone out there. I just think that's super, super sweet. And I love the fact that your peers are the ones that vote for you. So I want to thank all my crafty friends out there. For those of you who voted for me, not only for me, but for everyone else, for showing love and support, for all us crafters just getting together, sharing our knowledge, and just having fun. Life can get so serious sometimes, and the world can get to be such a tough place. And it's so nice to just be able to come into this community, share the love, and just share projects and just go somewhere where you can laugh, have fun. And that's what this is for me. This is my serenity. This is my peaceful place. Without the YouTube community, I think I would have gone crazy by now for sure. So, I just love that we as people can get together and just have some fun with each other. And gosh, is this community so generous and giving and just loving. And just love all you guys. Big hugs and big round of applause to all of yous out there. So that's my flower. As you can see, I put the little flat back pearl in pink in the center with some glue. And see, they look alike. So that's one flower you can create with the sugar plum. Now, while I was talking, I manipulated all the leaves. Now I'm going to glue them together to create that awesome flower. Now this one I did make a lot bigger. I'm hoping that it is going to require the same amount of petals. If not, I will just manipulate another one very quickly for you guys. But see, this is what I love about this flower. It looks so grungy, don't it? It looks beautiful. To me, it looks a little shabby, but yet it's so pretty. Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff. Everyone has a lot of stuff going on. Oh, and Diamond Dyes is one of the sponsors for the Crafty Academy Awards. Also, I want to congratulate one of my fellow design team members, Crafty Paws, who was also nominated for one of the, I believe it was the steampunk category. And also, I believe Leonie, congratulations to you as well, sweetie. I believe she was also nominated for Best Tutorials. So we got a lot of talented women out there getting nominated. And I'm proud and happy to say that 2 of them come from, besides myself. Not that I am saying I'm anything like these ladies, but I mean, Christina, I just love her. Crafty Paws, OMG. Okay, guys, so while making this flower, I did, because I went one size bigger on all of them, I do realize now that if I were to put this tiny one here for me, I feel like there should be some more layers in there. It's not quite the effect that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down even one size smaller than this one, which is this size, and yet one size bigger than this one. And I am going to very quickly manipulate one more flower and add that up. And I will poke, 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 poke. I'll flip it over, poke, 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 poke. There we go. I'm going to just glue that on real quick here. So yeah, so go on over, check out Scrap and Passion. She's going to have the winners, I believe, this Saturday, announced this Saturday. Also, Scrap and Passion has a Facebook group. It's Crafters with Artitude. And I love this group of women and men. I love this group of people. I hope you guys go on over to Facebook and check her out. Well, anyway, she's having a hop. And I'm also part of the hop. There's going to be a long list of people that are going to be participating in this hop. It is going to be a pearl and tea themed hop. Yeah, I'm also creating something for that hop coming up. So I have a hop on Friday for Diamond Dyes. I have another hop for Crafters with Artitude on Saturday. Now do you see why I've been so busy, guys? Okay, so I took the next 2 layers and I added them in the center, and just like I thought, it was just a perfect. I really needed those two to fill in the emptiness in the middle. And then I'm going to take my last little layer and just put that right in there. And I have various different shades of pink. One thing I wanted to tell you guys, if for some reason you do one of these flowers, you can still distress it with more pink, and it'll look even prettier. It'll even give it more dimension. Now that glue is not going to let me poke a hole in the center to put the stamens in, but you get the idea. All I did was poke because the glue is wet and the flower will move. So I'm going to have to let this set for quite some time. Plus, like I said, my hands are really not too good. But all I would do is poke a really big hole right here in the center. And I take 2 of these little stamens. Now you can cut them or you can keep them joined. I do. I keep them joined. And I just fold it like so. I do one at a time, and then I use my little pokey stick to help me poke them through, and I just add them, and you can add as many or as little as you want. Now, because this flower was so small, I only added 4 of them, and they're not glued down yet, so that's why they move up and around. But once I glue them, I'll just keep them just like that. And so I'm saving these for the other flower. See, this one's a little bit bigger. And that's what that looks like. And then I'll distress it with some worn lipstick. So those are the sugar plum flowers. Now, this version of the flower I'm not going to do because it's easy and simple. Speaks for itself, guys. You just cut one of each of the flowers and you lay them on top. Not hard at all. This one is actually going to be very similar to the one I'm going to do first. If I have time, I'll do this one. But I wanted to do this one the most, which is my favorite way to make these aster flowers. So you're going to need 4 flowers, all the same size. So you pick the size you want. I chose this size from the 6 different options that you have. Now, I will not pick the smallest size for this one because I do go back and I use 2 other flowers for the center just to give it that little added dimension. So you're going to need 2 smaller flowers and then 4 of the larger ones. So you're not going to want to choose the smallest size because then there won't be, unless you go up. You can always go up. You can't go down. I hope that made sense. But you wouldn't be able to use the smallest one for your 4 flowers. It would only be able to use the smallest one for the 2 flowers because that's going to go in the center. I hope I didn't confuse anyone. Okay, so we take all our little flowers, and again, I flip them over to the rough side, and I'm flipping them all because I'm going to do them all at the same time. And then this is why I wanted my stylus with a fine point, because all I want to do is just go like this and just gently rub up and down my flower. And how do I know that I'm done with that petal? Because it'll curl up just like that. See how that curled up? Yep, just like that. So I'll go rub up and down, and there you go. It curled up. See? There you go. And that's all I want to do. And I'm going to do this to every one of the petals. Again, I think next time what I'll do when I'm doing my flower tutorials, I'll show you how I did it, and then I'll have the ones that I need already done. So you don't have to sit here and watch all this. And unfortunately, I am not so proficient in the movie making that I know how to fast forward this part. But I promise you I'm going to learn, because I really do want to get a lot better with the making of the videos. And speaking of the making of the videos, did you see Scrap Passion's videos for the Crafty Academy Awards? Girl, talk about the next Steven Spielberg. Oh my goodness. Her videos and the music, I was just listening. I was rewatching that video maybe 10 times, and I have to tell you, it was because of the music, the beats. It was keeping me happy while I made my other flowers for you guys this morning. Yeah, I was really, really bad with watching videos these last 2 weeks, so I was trying to catch up on some vids, and I don't know. I don't know what's been wrong with me lately, but I just haven't been in the mood to sit at my computer. I've been downstairs in my room a lot. Well, I know what's wrong with me. I just didn't want to get into it, but the weather hasn't helped either. So yeah, she makes the most awesome. I mean, you really have to watch her videos. All the special effects and the music, and girl, I would love, love, love to be able to make videos like that one day for my projects and to razzmatazz you guys. Okay, so that's the large one. And now we're going to do the small one. And again, just breaking up those little fibers to these petals. If you want to go over it twice, you may. I will say one thing. With this particular style, if you do want to color these, color them before you do this. Because once you wet these, it might cause the petals to drop and you will not have the same effect. Like anything that you wet, and that might be a problem. I am using these white as is. The one that I was going to color was the other one, the round one. So that will not be a problem. Oh, that's my phone, guys. I'm going to have to stop my video.